Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl Leela. So this is my brother Bryant. And for those of you that ain't aware, he passed away. Hampton Police Department shot him. But before I get into that, I just want to say that the media ain't nothing but a piece of shit. Let me start off by that, because they dig up all the negative on a person instead of what they accomplished throughout their life. And I just feel like, why do that to a person? Especially like my brother, like he passed away, he died. So why bring up criminal charges that he already did time for? Like the man's already dead in the street. Why fucking make him to be this monster? What, to paint a pretty picture for the police department? For what? They already look bad. You want me to tell you how they look bad? Well, in the report that they wrote about my brother, it said that the officer was shaken, and the police captain had to come and relieve him of his weapon. First of all, I thought you guys were supposed to protect and serve, okay? And then use deadly force, okay? But that didn't happen. And now that you did use deadly force, now you're shooken up. I hate to say it, but there's people over there in combat every fucking day. They're shooting it up. They know their job. So maybe you're the one that needs a mental health evaluation. On top of that, Mr. Feliciano, you had already shot somebody a previous year. You already know the procedure of what happens when you shoot somebody. And for you to be in an unmarked car, unidentified vest, vehicle, whatever, you didn't have no police shit on. How did my brother, who wears glasses, even know that you was a cop? It's your word against the dead. He's dead. He can't stick up for himself. We will never know what happened that night. But I know what's in your report. And I know what the other officer wrote because I read it all. But let's go back to the root of the problem, the media. Did the media ever say that my brother was in foster care and both of his parents were deceased, and he went crazy about 16 years old, and he was in Maryview Hospital in Portsmouth, and social services just released him at 18, knowing that he was a paranoid schizophrenic? Why? Why would you do that when they have the option to hold you until you're 21? Why not make sure that my brother finished school? Although he finished school, believe that. He got his diploma in 2005. He was very happy with that. Homeless, sleeping on couches, schizophrenic, doing homework. On top of that, he worked. Like, y'all didn't even give him an opportunity to live. And you coming in the house of people that want to raise their kids and taking their kids out for what? To feed them to the sharks later on in life? To set them up? This is setting up kids for failure. Because why? Everything's written on them. It ain't nothing but to dig in some files. It ain't nothing but to dig in some files, especially about some schizophrenic or about foster children. I mean, they mandatory got to write shit every month about your ass. And think about spending years in foster home. So that stacks written up on you. For what? To judge you when a cop fucking shoots you down? They didn't know my brother. They didn't know that my brother watched my children for me when I went to work. Taught my kids how to count, ABCs. He was doing that shit with them when their father walked out on me. That's what brothers do. Step up. When I needed help for rent, I called my brother. Hey, bro. And what'd he do? Go work to help me out. Because they fucking daddy walked out on them. I'm talking about my 3 oldest children. Harrison, Hardesty. Yes, you punk bitch. When you left us. But it's cool because we worked it out. And then it gives a right for a cop to fucking shoot a man down in the street. It doesn't make sense to me because I thought they're supposed to protect and serve. That's what I thought. On top of that, people, and I got written documentations for everything. My brother called the police department to transfer him to Riverside Behavior Health at like 7:15 that morning, and they released him. With his diagnosis, somebody from CSB should have came and put him on a mandatory 3-day hold. And they didn't. So the whole fucking city let my family down. Okay? The police department, for one, shooting him fucking down. Okay? For two, he went to get help. He told y'all early that morning, I have the paperwork, early that morning that he needed help. He was off his medicine. He needed some help. And we find him dead. Well, I didn't even find him. I got a phone call from a cousin. Broke my heart. Your brother go for a walk and never comes back. And then you get a phone call talking about he's dead. My brother? Yeah. I dropped to the floor. Like, speechless. Like, and then I got up and I started screaming to the top of my lungs because nobody want to hear, is that your brother on the news? Is he the one that got shot down? Like a fucking animal? Like a dog? And reading the report, all I could think of, these fucking coward piece of shits didn't even check his fucking pulse. Y'all didn't check his pulse. He's a human being. He's not a fucking dog. He's not a stray fucking wild beast. Anyways, back to the fucking media. I'm getting off a topic again. All I want to say is that my brother was wonderful, man. He wasn't given a good opportunity, but he did everything possible, man. He really did. He graduated in 2005. From that, he went to college. He worked 2 jobs. He had some mental breakdowns along the way, but what average person don't? What average person don't get caught up in their feelings or life, right? Just not working out. But imagine being 18 years old, struggling to eat, struggling to sleep, struggling to shower, struggling to wash your fucking clothes, on top of doing your homework and going to school. My brother was the very best. And the media painted him like he was a monster, but he won't. He was awesome. These are pictures of my brother. I know it looks rough, but that was when I was 17 and he was younger. I just miss him, man. Like, he was 26 when he died. Like, you ain't supposed to die that young. Like, he didn't even have kids. Like, that's a picture of his graduation. It's my uncle in there with me. My uncle and aunt. I was actually 3 months pregnant with my first child. Oh, we were so happy to start a little family. It was so great. Him and Sebastian. He blew up after prison, man. Like, when he went to prison, when he was 20 for, hitting that guy, they zombified him, dude. And I just got to say that the state fucked him up on that too, because he blew up, man. And they tell you that Risperdal and things like that, Risperdal, they tell you that things like that can either cause you to get man boobs or cause you to blow up. My brother was a good 160 pounds. When he got out of prison, he was a good 320. I'm talking about his ankles were so big. Like, I have never seen my brother that big. And I mean, when he was in the court procedures, like, he was zombified out, man, like basically drooling. And it's all like, how can you even sentence a man like that when he's not coherent? Like, and he didn't do no, hospital time. He went to prison. So it's not like they said, oh, he's schizophrenic, we're going to give it easy on him. No, they didn't. And they just zombified him with medicine. And there was like absolutely nothing that we could do about it. But I feel like if his future would have had a better start, if social services would have did their job for my brother, he would have been, he probably would be here today. He probably would have never went to prison. He'd probably have some kids right now. He'd probably be ready to buy a house or a car or whatever. And I mean, he just wasn't given the proper opportunity. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, woe is him, but damn, we had a fucked up start, yo. our mom died early on in life, and we were moved home to home to home. And then when we split up, and then he, you know, he had that episode and he went to the hospital and shit. He was in a hospital almost 2 years. And I'm sorry, but that changes a person, especially youth. I mean, he worked at his job for 4 years, saved up $3,000, took out all his money in the bank, gave it to one of his best friends, and they spent all his money. And he was in that bitch 2 years, man. Can you imagine being 16 and 17 and in the hospital? And there won't nothing I can do. I could only go and see him with my social worker at that time. And it broke my heart every time. Every time. But, I mean, shit. Everybody go through something. Doesn't mean that he should have been shot down like a dog in the night. Like, he didn't hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? Juan over there sneezing. He's over there working out, sneezing on himself, trying to be quiet. But I just wanted to make these videos to show you that, man, the media paints a horrible fucking picture of you, and that's just for attention. Like, why give that negative attention when he did some great things in his life too? Like, he was my brother, dude. Y'all wouldn't even understand the ass whoopings that this guy took from me as a kid. He stood up for me and took those beat downs. Like, I mean, that's something that a sister will always remember. And it just sucks because our bond was broken too soon. Like, we were just adults, you know what I'm saying? Like, we lived together for 2 years, and like, we were just starting to have fun, like doing family shit, like having Easter and holidays and, you know, birthday parties. And it was starting to come together. Me, my sister, and my 2 brothers, like, it was like and my kids, you know, I had 4 children. So it was like, it was finally coming together. And then you get a phone call that changes your life, and you got to relive life again. And it's crazy. And it's all like, damn, I'm tired of picking up. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of trying to move on. Like, you know, my kids are gone, and, you know, my brother and my other brothers in prison. It's just a lot of shit. And it's all like, fuck, what do you do with yourself? No one prepares you for this, because you thinking you had this baby. You got 18 years with this guy. You got 18 years. And when somebody come up in here and fucking take your whole village, they took my village, dog. Like, all my kids, my brother, like, everybody is gone. And it's like, I'm not trying to fucking smile about it, but if I don't smile, I'm gonna fucking break down and cry again. And I'm not trying to make another sobbing ass video. I just want to be real. Like, it's fucked up, dude. Like, nobody warned you for this shit. There's not a book in the world to tell you how to get over this shit. Nothing. The Bible. That's what gives me hope, is the Bible. My brother read the Bible constantly. I grew up on the Bible. Like, I feel like Jesus is always with me. God is always near. And I feel like that's the only thing that keeps me hopeful. Because, like, they say a mustard seed of hope. That little bit of fucking hope. Let me tell you what gets me from bouncing off the wall is to know that one day, it might not be tomorrow or the next day, but one day, I will see my kids. I'm alive and well. There's nothing that they can ever do to get them from stop wanting to have a relationship with me. And that little mustard seed of hope is what keeps me together up here from killing a lot of motherfuckers. Because let me tell you something, when they take all your kids and your brother's dead and you ain't got no one to talk to, your foster mom just died, and it's just a bunch of fucking shit, and you just be thinking, yo, I just want these fools to feel how I'm feeling just for a minute, just for a day. But it's okay, because my happy days are coming. I'm going to be a grandma one day, and I can start this shit all over again. Can start it all over again with my kids. But anyway, back to the media bullshit. Media wants to paint a picture of everyone that is horrible. And for what? Because they some good people out here. Like, take my brother, for example. You know what I'm saying? Homeless, schizophrenic, graduated on motherfucking time by himself. That's what heroes are made of. Heroes don't come to you in capes and shit. That's a fairy tale. Heroes are your brothers, or your sisters, or your mothers. Is your mom working 3 fucking jobs to fucking put food on the table? That's a hero. These are heroes, not a fucking cop shooting up your fucking block. For what? You supposed to protect and serve. We on the same motherfucking side. We here in America together. We ain't supposed to be at war with one another. And they always wonder why the people are scared of the police, because you are against us. Why? Because I got tattoos. Cops got tattoos now too. It's just bullshit. And the media, fuck the media, yo. Because you see all this shit all fucking day long. Oh, kid done got killed by the mama, or kid done got killed by the fucking whatever. Can we hear some good shit? Can we hear like a 17-year-old graduating a year early, or a single mother done graduated on time? Like, I'm tired of hearing these sad ass fucking stories on motherfucking Facebook or on the news. And then when one of our people gets shot, y'all gonna say everything bad about the motherfucker except for who they were. You got them at a bad period of time. Don't mean that they were fucking evil people. That's just my thoughts on it. Thanks for listening, y'all. I'm gonna get up off here and make some eggs. Stay blessed as always.